Hello everyone, and today we're starting a brand new Minecraft series, and I really hope this one will last for a very long time. This is from the multiplayer server run by Escalate5, and as you can see, there are plenty of people playing here. I'll talk about it just in a few minutes. I've been playing for a few hours. This is my starter mine, and this is my collection of resources, and I have almost a stack of diamonds and a diamond pick. So, I would say we have a pretty decent start. Here we have a... Oh, you haven't seen that? It's totally not a fishing farm. And I have claimed this island for our starter base. You know, it's a nice natural barrier for the people on the server to not build on top of each other. Is that border means the island is already claimed? Luckily, no, this is just a border that shows the chunks that I load. So, yeah, this is going to be our starter island for a couple of episodes. And by the way, all client-side mods I use are approved by the admins of the server, so I am not breaking any rules. What is this in front of you, you might be asking? Well, this is a schematica, or Lightmatica as it's known in 1.13, and this is like a blueprint of a sorting system. This is just a fake projection to help us out with building this contraption. We still have to collect resources and place the blocks manually, but since you have to be very precise with building this contraption, I think it's fair to use this mod. And this is what materials do we need. Basically, we need some redstone and stuff, with the most expensive ones being the hoppers, chests and trap chests, but we can actually replace them with the normal chests since this is 1.13. But hoppers, well, we'll need pretty big amount of resources for day one. And 2 hours later, we have all we need. This is about 5 stacks of logs and 5 stacks of iron ingots. And I have also installed a resource pack with the textures that will become vanilla in 1.14. And there is another change. I have an elytra. Like, I was just wandering around exploring the shopping area and somebody just gave me an elytra. I wasn't recording and all I have is this screenshot. And we'll give him back at some point. Maybe, potentially, probably. And if you think getting free stuff from people is kinda cheaty, well, I could just buy it with diamonds, right? Let me explain what this thing is. This is automatic storage system. We can dump all the items we want into the input chest and it will sort those items automatically. And now I think of it, I think I am the only person who rushes into building sorting system at day one, but I just really don't like managing items manually. What is very neat about the schematica is that you can control how many layers are going to be visible at this moment, so you can basically build this thing layer by layer. So, while I'm placing the blocks, let's establish the rules of the series, so to speak. This is going to be a long series, I hope. That depends on the server. And by the way, that was a very hard choice between having a single player or multiplayer series, because there are some things I would have on my own world, and that is not something people on the server would agree with. For example, I would like to remove the day-night cycle, like, since you sleep the night away immediately anyway, isn't it more convenient to have the same result without having to place a bet every single evening? And also, in a single-player world, there are no things like luck and performance issue, or building too close to other people. But multiplayer has its own advantages, mainly community projects and the shopping area. And the last one is very important. If I wanna build a project that requires materials I don't have access to, I don't have to do another project first in order to have that material. But of course, I would like to produce most of the things on my own eventually. And you know, I feel very lonely on a single player world, and servers feel so lived in. Well, because they are lived in. Mods We have Litmatica, Voxelmap, and Optifine. These mods are allowed on the server, and they are very convenient. But I think mm, they are not game breaking. Like you can navigate in the world even without a minimap, but it's just way more painful. And I think we are done. The design of this sorting system is done by Tank Attack, and unlike some other sorting systems, this one allows us to have multiple types of items in the same chest. For this design to work, we have to fill every single slot of the chest array with items. It could be regular dirt, grass, cobble, whatever. You just don't want to have any gaps. And we can leave the last for chests for items we are not sorting anywhere. As I can understand, items will try to go like this, and then like this, and then like that, and then like this. I've just realized something. We can't have these two chests from the left as an unsorted ones, because they are sorted chests down to the system. Like that, now we have these three chests for the unsorted stuff. So, let's say here we have a chest for stone and cobblestone. Let's dump some stone into the input chest and let's see what is going to happen. Oh, no! Something is wrong. This system, this system is supposed to be silent. Ah, we have a dropper facing the wrong direction. Fixed. Couple of fixes later, and now it's finally working, and I can do this. Nice, 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 nice. This is one of the biggest pleasures in this game. Just dump all the junk out of the inventory, knowing that you'll find it later. I've came up to the village to get some villagers. First of all, we need a brown coat. This is the fisherman. Well, any brown-coated villager should be fine for us. Next we need two more villagers of any type, and this one would be perfectly fine, but since I'm playing on a multiplayer server, well, other people will need specifically brown-coated villagers for their needs, so we can take with us this guy. Nitwit. He cannot do anything, but we can use a Nitwit for the villager breeder. We need two villagers of any kind for the breeder and one brown-coated villager for the potato farm. And here are our villagers. They have took a little bit of damage in the progress, so we're going to heal them with splash potions of healing. And another one. Like that. Now all three of them are full, I think. Let's light this place up. And we'll just leave our villagers chilling in a cave for a while. And the reason why we keep them underground is because lightning can turn villagers into witches and lightning can penetrate for 3 whole blocks. And that actually happened to me once, so better safe than sorry. I've been raiding at Cities of Camera, and after 3 hours, this is what we've got. 38 diamonds, which would be even faster than mining, plenty of shulker shells, spare elytras, and couple of making pickaxes. Yeah, this is from 3 hours of endbusting, and I think it's genuinely better to raid end cities instead of mining, especially on the multiplayer server, where diamonds make sense. Important note, this server has the data packs that make shulker drop exactly 2 shulker shells, thus we will have so many of them. And then busting is also way more fun thing to do than mining. 2 diamonds per stack of white concrete. And I need 16 stacks. Oh, 1 diamond per stack. Do I wanna save? Or I wanna be lazy? You know what? Let's save some money. Have you ever been thinking on why servers like these have diamond-based economy? I think it's because diamonds are not renewable nor farmable. Every single diamond in this game was originally mined or found in a dungeon chest by the person. And you can't even mine on a crazy scale neither. You can achieve your maximum mining speed relatively early. And you still have to put time into mining diamonds. And that is why diamonds are very good as a representation of time you put into the game. But of course, you can't buy everything, and that's why we're chipping down squids. And these are the most of the materials we need, and we are going to build a house around our storage system. And and I would like to make a time lapse, but unfortunately, camera accounts are not allowed on this server. Now I think of it, I have potentially shot myself in the foot. I mean, like, this building is not the main building of this island, but I think it's bigger than I would like it to be. The thing is, I would like to have the main building in that area, but this building is too small to be the main building, but yet big enough to make the future main building seem not that big in a comparison. Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out. So, this is the structure of our building. This is going to be our hall/living room. This is going to be a place for the AFK vision the carriage, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. And this is our house. And it is too blunt. I don't think I like it actually. Well, we're not talking about the junk that happens on the inside, but well, I am getting an inspiration for from the modern houses, and they kinda look something like this. The thing is that they look blocky in real life, and that kinda makes me look like I can't do stairs and slabs and whatnot. So, I'm not sure if I wanna go with this style or not. Maybe you could let me know if you think it has a potential? But hold on, this is a surprise from the future, just letting you know that I have managed to make this building decent? Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. It has way more details than before. Yeah. And this garage door makes no sense because it goes straight into the shore almost straight away, so there is no room for the car to go like... Well, actually, this door actually makes all sorts of sense because there is no need to use a car on the island itself, and the only scenario when you would drive the car from this house is to get it on a ship. Ah, this is very peculiar. On this server, you drop a player head when you get killed by the other player. And while they seem to be like a normal player head, they have preserved my previous skin. You know what that means? You know what that means? This is going to be fun. But unfortunately, this is all I have for you for today. And if you have enjoyed this video, look away from the shiny screen. Those eye doctors say that you have to give your eyes a rest every hour or so. Bye bye.